Hello, I am Hugh Kitley and I'll be presenting the topic Firebase Local Emulator Suite. So, what is this local emulator suite? It is a set of advanced tools for developers who are looking to build the apps locally using all the Firebase services like Firestore, real-time database, authentication, cloud functions. This emulator suite provides a user interface which is apparently very easy to understand, and we can just get done with prototyping quickly. This diagram provides an overview of what Firebase emulator suite looks like. Like we can use our Android emulator, iOS simulator, and even the web app to use the functionalities which Firebase provide locally. It can be a good fit for like prototyping, development, and even continuous integration workflows. What are the uses of local emulator suites are like we can use it for unit testing, integration testing, and manual testing. For the unit testing, we can use Firebase Test SDK, which can write unit tests in Node.js using the Mocha test runner. The test SDK provides convenient method for loading security rules, flushing the local database, and managing synchronous interaction with the emulators. Also, the integration testing, we can just use the local emulator service as the backend instead of the production Firebase services, which also helps us maintain the integrity of the production data. The last one, manual testing. App can be used to connect to the local emulator for manual testing, because apparently while developing an app, we have to do a lot of testing to see whether the things are getting done in the right way. So we can do the manual testing without risking the production data. For the configuration, I have just attached a screenshot of the steps which I took. So the first one will be the call SL Firebase tool to initialize the Firebase tools, and after that we have to do the Firebase login, where a link will be opened, or you can just follow this link to authenticate the Firebase access to the local emulator. For the step 2, we have to initialize the Firebase, and once we initialize the Firebase, it asks us a bunch of questions like on which port a specific emulator should run. So it asks for a specific auth, Firestore, database. I have just kept everything as default, and I just clicked on next. For the step 3, it's all done, and we just have to start the Firebase emulator. So when we start, we can access the UI of the Firebase emulator in localhost 4000. As you can see, the authentication, Firestore, and database are running in a specific port, but we also can access the UI in the link provided. Here's what the emulator suite looks like. We have the authentication emulator, Firestore emulator, real-time database. I haven't selected a port number for the functions, hosting, and pops up because I just want to show like the functionality of one of these on the top. So right now when I click on go to the emulator, it won't show me any data. Like it will be totally empty because it's a local environment, and all of my data for the vProvide app is on the production environment. So to configure with the project, we have to just add a piece of code. So I am just showing an example for the Firestore. So where we configure the Firebase app, we just have to add the piece of code, the settings of the Firestore settings, and to activate the Firestore. So I added this in my existing project, vProvide, and this is a video like which shows the emulator demo. So I'll play the video. Currently the Firebase emulator suite is empty because I haven't added any users, so I have just put on all the data for the sign up as a customer. And when I click on sign up, you can see, yeah, uh, the user was created in the local environment. uh, the best thing about using the emulator suite is I won't have to populate the production data like I did during my project. So I can just test my project using these. But uh, just one slight drawback of this is the whole collection is empty, so I have to even add a provider as well. So I'll log out and I'll sign up as a provider, because apparently to send a quotation to any of the provider I need one existing provider. So I'm just adding some details. So once all the details are done, I sign up as a service provider and I log in. So currently there was no data in the service provider as well, but we can see that the provider was created in the local environment. And I log in. So once I log in, I can initiate a conversation. As we can see, there is no messages collection for now, so when I send my first message, the collection is created, where we can see the from ID to ID and the text hi which I just sent. And also the quotes collection is not existing because there are no quotes apparently, so I'm just adding a quote, and you can see the quotes collection is also created. So this is helping. So the local emulator suite just helps to create everything in the local environment, which I think is best because I don't have to add redundant data in the production environment. So for the next slide, these are all the resources which I took. There are two good YouTube videos. Like one of the YouTube videos shows us the connection with the React app. Uh, I mean, that's very informative as well, and the documentation is perfect. So it provided me with all of the information and all of the piece of the code which I have to add to integrate with the project. Thank you for watching.